This is the Tombigbee Tales. I'm your host, Shannon Evans. I write about a small community on the Tombigbee River in northeast Mississippi called Columbus, and sometimes I write about the rest of the state. This episode is titled The MUW Clone Wars. I don't know who is behind the black hat cyber attacks on anti-name change alums online, but it has migrated from MUW official Facebook and Alumni Association pages to the Facebook page of Mississippi legislator Clay Mansell of Oktibbeha County. One of the clone pages is my own cousin, Justine Shannon, who lives in Scotland and can't even comment on the legislator's Facebook page because she's out of the country and his filters deny her access to the page. On MUW pages, her own page and mine, Justine is firmly anti-naming the university Winbridge due to the connotation of the word win equaling white in the Welsh language. However, the clone page of Justine used a different approach, stating, "I think at this point we should just do it. Change the name." End quote. The diction is so out of character for her. Worse, an almost identical post was used by a different cloned account, almost word for word, from the outspoken anti-Winbridge alum Jessica Brock. Other cloned accounts, one porn star photo profile Octavia Salas and Saladino Medina with the stolen LinkedIn photo from Chris Shepard, a gentleman from Queensland, Australia, where he is parroting pro-Winbridge propaganda to try and sway public perception on the legislator's Facebook wall, as well as orchestrating targeted, personal, and very ugly attacks on those who are anti-Winbridge. The wall is overwhelmingly anti-Winbridge name, and the most interesting thing about each of these new clone sites is I can't see them from my personal Facebook page. I've clearly been blocked before they made their first comments. Are the pro-Winbridge camp, almost entirely faculty and staff, that desperate to control the narrative that they have resorted to stooping to cloning alumni Facebook profiles? If so, this is despicable and deceitful and should be investigated and is possibly borders on criminal online behavior. Perhaps what is more disturbing is an exchange I had at 6 o'clock this morning with David Brooking, the Executive Director of Enrollment Management at Mississippi University for Women. Brooking declared that the MUW name was a barrier to recruitment and that men and women do not speak to W recruiters at college fairs because of the name. I asked Brooking, where is the data on this claim? All I have seen offered is anecdotal commentary. Where are the studies and their results to back up their claims and their decisions? How large was the sample size study? His response, quote, "How do you count people who don't enroll?" Good grief, that's his actual job. That's what he's supposed to be doing. He made a claim, like the rest of leadership at the W, that the greatest barrier to enrollment is the name, not the condition of the campus and student safety concerns and old, outdated dorms, as students claim is the barrier to enrollment. And it is definitely the barrier to student retention. It seems this is the hill the university leadership wants to let the school die on. And it is an admission by Brooking that there is zero data to support the university's claim. There's no benchmarking, no institutional research. Nothing has been done before such bold claims were made that the name alone is what is inhibiting enrollment. And these are the claims that they are using to generate these wide sweeping actions to rename the university. Clearly, my question struck a nerve with Brooking as he immediately went on the offensive, mansplaining the process and demanding I explain who I am and my connection to the university. I have no trouble telling you my connection. I'm a proud two-time graduate of Mississippi University for Women. I have earned there an English degree and later an MFA in creative writing. I'm also a third-generation alumni of the university. I have a master's in statistics from Syracuse University and an MED from Utah. I've worked at the University of Maryland, Utica College, Mohawk Valley Community College, Hamilton College, Washington College, and Western Governors University, as well as the University of Illinois Urbana. I live in Columbus, Mississippi, and attend St. Paul's Church on occasion. And I am a public historian. I grew up on 3rd Avenue South in the Historic District. I have an active Facebook page, a sizable TikTok following of my history films, this podcast with over 120,000 downloads that I just started 5 months ago, a sizable LinkedIn profile, and a rapidly growing YouTube channel. I am not difficult to find. You can find me and my nerdy business books on SEO in Amazon. It's not like I'm difficult to find, for heaven's sake. And then he blocked me. Why? Because I was transparent and expected the same from him? I don't know. He was out of his league, talking facts, numbers, and institutional research, possibly. Maybe he felt threatened. When I announced on my own Facebook page he'd blocked me and that I had screenshots of the entire exchange, he must have had a change of heart because he removed the block. But he never engaged on the W page again, and certainly never answered my questions directly about his sources for his and the university's conclusions on the name as a deterrent to enrollment. This interchange with Brookings made it crystal clear that the W leadership wiped out a 140-year history of a women's exceptional educational institution in a singular event with absolutely no published supporting data, zip, nada, no reason whatsoever to change the name of the W, except they thought it might help. It is a war, and the clones are doing their darndest to skew the results. Call your legislator today and tell them to vote no on Windbridge. It's time for the W leadership to go back to the drawing board and do this again. And this time include the student body and the alumni in the decision-making process and not do this in a vacuum with absolutely no transparency. I'm Shannon Evans, and this is the Tom Bigby Tales. Until next time.